So I recently picked up a new monitor here. It's a 3440 by 1440p ultra-wide display. And when I was shopping for this monitor, I was a little concerned that my current hardware wouldn't be able to drive it. So I looked online, couldn't find a whole lot of information on it, so this is what it is. I threw up a whole bunch of games, threw on fraps, and recorded it with a webcam so you can see what I'm getting. So launching into Borderlands, I wasn't surprised. This game isn't super taxing in general, so being able to play it at anything above 50 frames per second, even at like the biggest firefights I could find, this game runs great. It looks great, runs great, and it's not really a problem. I loaded into Dark Souls 2, and in ultra-wide, this game looks gorgeous. You can see so much more of the environments, and some of the environments are just beautiful. With that, I'm also not surprised to see that it still holds out at 60 frames per second. It's pretty much locked at that at max settings, so definitely very playable. I'm currently running an Intel 2600K processor with an overclock of 4.5 gigahertz. I've got 16 gigs of RAM and a Windforce Edition GTX 780. There's no overclock on the video card. It's got its standard overclock, if that counts, but I didn't do anything extra myself. Launching into a game like Titanfall, max settings, it also runs fairly well. Into the biggest of the firefights, you get into, riding that 30 frames per second, averaging, 45 to 60. And for the most part, you don't feel it really dropping. For competitive play, people might want to drop the, the graphics settings to keep that 60 frames plus. But for the most part, it's very playable, looks great. And like you can see here, in some massive Titan conflict, lots of explosions. We're getting into like riding just that 30 frames per second. So that's as low as I've seen it go. And yeah, it runs pretty good. Launching into Assassin's Creed 4. Now this game, even on like 1080p displays, is pretty taxing. I first launched it with high settings and some very high. I didn't include volumetric fog because that will tank your frame rate massively. For the most part, this looks pretty good and runs pretty good. Getting around that 40 to 45 frames per second on average. When you're out on sea, it picks up a bit, so you're getting closer to the 60 frames per second. In some of the busier areas, you'll notice the frame rate drops to around 30 frames per second, but doesn't really go below that, and it stays quite playable and looks great for the most part. So, yeah, Assassin's Creed 4, playable. I would prefer 60 frames per second. Might have to go SLI or something, maybe upgrade to a 900 series card to get something like that. But yeah, popping on volumetric fog makes it even worse. We're dropping to, mid-30s, low 40s out on sea. And once we get on land, we're down to 24, 25 frames per second. Yeah, not the greatest. So we're going to probably have to drop the graphical settings a bit on Assassin's Creed. Cannot max it out with a 780 and have a good playable experience. So that's it. That's my very unofficial benchmark of 3440 by 1440p gaming. Yeah, so anyways, thanks for watching. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel for more weird gaming related stuff. I do kind of all kinds of tech stuff. And if you want to check out some super entertaining a cappella music and check out some of the video game footage I've been editing, head over to our Triforce Films YouTube channel. We got tons of great content, and subscribe to us there, please. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.